Hello, y'all. It's eugenesmilez. I'm back with my part 3 of 12 ways I found happiness, my road to enlightenment. Let's review. Part 1 was, what does your happiness look like? What's stopping you from your happiness? What makes you happy? What is going to help you get there? What are your hobbies? What is all that? Part 2, be selfish. Stop trying to be so nice. Stop trying to please everybody. If you don't want to go, don't go. Say no. Their reaction to no is not your issue. If they have a problem with you saying no, oh well. So let's go into part 3. Part 3 is something that we hear a lot of all the time. But number 3 is set goals. So what does that mean? Set goals. So immediately everybody thinks about, I want to get this job and I want to make this type of money and I want to... There's more things to goals than the type of job you want to make, the type of money you want to make. I always say set short-term goals. You can have your big goal, like your big goal can be, I want to buy a Maserati if you're a car person. I'm not a car person. Your short-term goal can be, I want to save X amount of money a month from my paycheck. So you have to figure out, first of all, what are your goals? What are your goals and what is the meaning behind those goals? Do you want to get the Maserati because you'll be able to attract more attention? You'll be able to get more guys and more girls. People will look at you. They'll think, is it a status symbol? Because if you're getting anything, if your goals have anything to do with other people, those aren't your goals. That's not about you. Because what is this whole chapter about? It's about self. It's about the inside. So we have to think about our goals and what is this? What are these goals for? These goals should be selfish goals. Again, part 2. These goals should be selfish goals. Things that are going to make you happy. And the first goal I think everybody should have is happiness. It's peace. Peace. Because I don't know how you're going to reach these other goals and you're not happy with yourself. You're not peaceful. Because even if you do physically get this Maserati, you're not going to be happy. Oh my God, I got this Maserati. People are looking at me. I'm getting likes on my social media, this, that, and the third. Okay. But now, are you struggling to pay this bill? Is your insurance higher? Has this brought you happy? Are you happy with everything else? Are you now having to stay at a job that you hate because it pays you enough to be able to afford this car? Like, what are your goals? For myself, I set a few goals. I set a few goals in the past year. My first big change that kind of started this transition into who I am today was turning vegan. Oh, guys, talking about being vegan. Yeah, I am. I didn't turn vegan because I love animals, which I absolutely love animals. I'm a dog person. If you're following my Instagram, I post my dog nieces and nephews every time I get a chance. But it was something I wanted to do for myself. I literally did it because I want to challenge myself. I did watch a documentary. I did watch What the Health. And it did give me more perspective, but I had already thought about being vegan, so I did it. And I learned that it's all a mind thing. When we come on this earth, we're kind of just given things, we're taught things, we're fed things, and we just start to build these habits. You eating meat is a habit. You drinking Kool-Aid with a bunch of sugar is a habit. It's a habit that was instilled in you when you were a child. A lot of people, them playing sports is a habit. They might not have wanted to play, but that's what was going on when they were a child. So they just continued to play you know. So you have to figure out, what are your goals? My first goal was to be vegan. My first big goal. And I did it for a month. It was kind of bad because I was eating zucchini and squash every day with rice. I'm like, what am I supposed to eat? And the thing is, if your goal does not require any kind of willpower, test of skill or research or something, then it's not a real goal. It's not a challenging. Just imagine if, to get a touchdown, you just had to walk 1 yard or just step. If everybody, they just make one step, oh, you get a touchdown. No. I think every goal should require work. If it does not require any kind of work, especially mental power, then I don't think it's a real goal. Again, that's my opinion. And you do what you want with that, but I don't think it's a real goal. But that was one of my things, and I have been vegan for 3 years. August will be 3 years that I've been vegan. Haven't craved meat, haven't eaten meat. I'm good. No dairy. And vegan is no dairy products, no eggs, no milk, all none of that. Now, I do still miss seafood. For whatever reason, seafood is like the thing. I'm like, you know what? I could go for some shrimp, but I don't even know what it would. I don't even know how I feel if I would eat that stuff right now. But you got to set goals. I set a money goal. I had a credit card. I still have a credit card. And I said, you know what? I want to pay this credit card off. I said, if I pay this amount of money every month every month I can be done by April. And I did it. I just made sure I paid that amount or more every month. Paid it. Try not to use my credit card as much. And I did it. I set a money goal. I said, I want to have this amount of money in my account. Boom. And I just made sure that I cut my spending. That's the thing. Luckily, I don't really shop a whole lot. Amazon do be having me swipe my card a lot, though. But luckily, I don't. Sorry, I'm yawning. Luckily, I don't shop a whole lot. But I set this money goal, and that money goal, and I was setting this money goal while still paying my credit card. So, I'm paying this on my credit card. I'm paying these other bills off. I still got bills. I'm paying other things off, still planning trips and doing all this and just still, but never skipping out on a payment for my credit card. And getting that money goal made me, put down like 80% on a car, and the car wasn't even something that I wanted because I haven't had a car in about 4.5 years. And I was like, I don't need a car. I can get around fine. And I still didn't need a car, but I think I was in a position where it made more sense to get it now. And I was able to do that. I mean, the car wasn't even a goal, but it was something that came, kind of out the blue, and it's working out for me. And I was able to get, my MacBook and all this other stuff. So I think you just have to set goals, small goals. And I think it's more of a focus on the smaller goals because a lot of people want to think so big. I want to get a house. You can't even pay your bills in your apartment. What you trying to get a house for? You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to manage things. And if that house is a goal, great. Put that thing on the back. Put it on the shelf. So every time you come in the house, you see that on the shelf. And you know that I have these small goals that I have to get through first. And again, this comes back to being selfish. Don't let people tell you what to do with your money. If you know that you have a goal, and this is a selfish goal, a goal that's for you. And the thing is, if the goal is for you, you don't have to put it on social media. If the goal is for you, you don't have to tell your friends and your family. You don't have to get support or to say so or yeses or nos from them if the goal is for you. Because I have a huge issue when I'm a private person. So again, this is me. I don't put all my stuff on social media. I don't put any of my personal business really on social media. So I don't look for approval from people. And I think a lot of people look for approval. And that's their goal, is to get approval. Why is that your goal? That's not concerning you, that's concerning them. So no. You have to get some goals. You have to get goals that are selfish goals, that are goals that are concerning you. And if those goals ever start to creep over to the side of approval from people that have nothing to do with anything, even your parents, because a lot of people try to get approval from their parents for everything, and a lot of times our parents are not always right. They don't always know what's right for you. They can, because a lot of times they're giving you information, or they're giving you knowledge from their experience, and their experience is not always your experience. So, you have to make sure your goals, I recommend keeping your goals private, because they have nothing to do with anybody else, and nobody else has to know them. And a lot of times when people know what your goals are, what you're planning to do, they're going to try to deter you from that. Why are you doing that? Why do you want to get this car? You can get this car for a little bit more. Why do you know what I'm saying? They want to deter you for whatever reason. And people don't always have your best interest at heart. And even your friends, people can be doing it and not knowing that they're doing something negative or saying something negative, So always set goals, but always have small goals. And I'll say keep them to yourself. And don't focus so much on the big goals, because you can't build the 15th floor if you don't have a first or a second floor. You have to start from somewhere. If you have to start from the bottom, start from the bottom. And try not to put time limits on things. On my credit card, I kind of like said, I'll be done by April. I actually didn't get done until like May. And that was fine. Don't focus on the time. If you want to put a time limit, say, hey, I want this done, or I want to do this by this time, great. But don't get upset if it's not done by that time. Look and think, did I make progress? I made progress. I might not be at my goal right now, but from where I'm at, I've made a lot of progress. So I'm going to keep going. Because if you just keep going, keep your eye focused on that goal, guess what? You're going to get there. And a lot of times we get caught up on the time. And a lot of times we get caught up on the time because we've told other people, oh, I told my friends, like, I'm going to get this done, or going to get this car by this time, and I'm not going to do it now. Now they're going to be asking questions, and why even create that suffering for yourself? Just don't tell them. Everything is not everybody's business. Especially your goals. Your goals is your business. Yours. And after you complete that, hey, then let people know, if you want to let them know. That can be your testimony. Hey, I set this goal, blah, blah, blah. This is done now. I'm so happy. This is how I did it. Because again, you start involving other people, then you start doing it for those people. And it's not about them. Part 4. Chasing the bag. Stop chasing the bag. Money should not be your first priority. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, whoa, I want to make X amount of money. And I think that's great. But I brought this up earlier. I don't think money should be your goal. Money should not be your goal. Happiness should be your goal. Peace should be your goal. Because think about all of these celebrities that have had so much money, so much fame, everything they can ever desire, and they die of drug overdose, they die of suicide, they're getting divorced. It's like Dr. Dre just got it. He's getting a divorce. Him and his wife are divorced after 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on there? Why are we getting a divorce? And I think, and people are get so focused on money. A lot of times, and again, people get focused on money because if I have this amount of money, I can buy this kind of car, I can live in this kind of house, I can wear this jewelry, people will look at me. It's not even about them. It's about people. Again, we look at Bill Gates. He dressed real regular. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his house looked like. I don't know what his car looked like. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I know what a lot of these rappers, I know what their cars look like. I've seen their houses because they posted them and this and that. Is it about you, or is it about yourself, or is it about people outside of yourself? And I think when we, especially black people, and I'm speaking because I am black, so I'm in this community, we get caught up on, I gotta make this type of money. And I get it. Yeah, I think if you're doing something that you love and this is your career and you're worth it, yeah, you want to make this kind of money. But what I'm talking about is I'm taking a job I might not necessarily like, or keeping a job I might not like, just so I can make a certain amount of money. So now you're making this amount of money, but you're miserable. You hate it. You're stressed. You're so stressed and you're so miserable in this job, you're getting sick. So now you gotta go to the hospital. Like I'm saying, physically sick. Because if you don't know, depression and stress and anxiety, that can really physically make you sick. So now you go to work every day. You're upset about going to work and dealing with these people. So you come home and you're drinking or doing whatever other kind of drugs. Or, you know, some people, sex is their drug. So now you're just having crazy sex or doing things that you won't do, that you wouldn't normally do if you were happy. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, Viola Davis says she regrets doing the movie where she was the maid. She regrets it. She didn't even win an Oscar for that. You know what I'm saying? So is this a job you want to keep because of the money? And you're stressed and you're not happy and you're depressed and you're drinking and, you know, all these bad things are happening because you're keeping it. Like, don't chase the bag. I think we have to stop chasing the bag. And this also goes back to what does your happiness look like? You know, when you used to sing or used to dance, is that something you can get back into? Is that something you can make money off of? I think we have to get back to doing things that we're really happy with doing. If you know what I'm saying, if you don't want to be a doctor, why go to school for that? What do you want to do? Because a lot of people, their parents want them to be doctors or lawyers. What do you want to do? What is it? Because you're doing this because somebody else is telling you that you should do it, or because you can make this amount of money. Yeah, you'll make that money if you're good. And some people can be good at things that they hate doing. They're not happy about it. Wouldn't you like to make money, you know, a decent amount of money where you can live comfortably and do something that you love to do? I think we should stop chasing the bag. Definitely stop chasing the bag. I do my podcast. I do YouTube. I am monetized on YouTube now. Thank you, Lord. I'm not making a whole bunch of money, but I enjoy it. And even if I would have never gotten to my 1,000 subscribers, I would have still been doing YouTube because I wasn't doing it for the money. I was doing it because I love doing it. I love editing. I love filming. I love being creative. But now I'm monetized and I can start making a little bit of money off of it. You know, and who knows where this would go. My podcast, same thing. I don't make a whole bunch of money off my podcast, but I love doing it. And I hope that the things that I do can bless somebody. Because you never know. You just never know what can happen when you start using your talents and when you stop chasing the bag. Because if you do something, I guarantee if everybody jumps into whatever field that they love doing or whatever thing that they love doing, and people see you doing that, or you're affecting people with what you love doing, it's going to lead to something big. It can lead to a career. It can lead to a huge job. Oh my gosh. Just imagine if the right person sees my YouTube channel, which I'm waiting for the right person to see my YouTube channel. The right person sees my YouTube channel like, oh my God, I love this. I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Have you ever done TV? Would you be interested in doing TV? I would be like, what? Yeah. And, and that would all come from me not chasing the bag, because I do have a regular job. I make a good amount of money, but I can go somewhere and make more money. But because I've thought about, getting back into cellular sales and stuff like that, because I make good money with them. But am I going to enjoy it? Am I going to have time to still do what I love to do? Because I don't want while I'm working a regular job, I don't want any job that's going to, I got to think about when I come home. I don't want to think about it when I clock out. Like, I want to clock out and be done. I don't want to think about it. So that's when I'm looking at jobs and stuff, I'm like, hey, is this something that's going to come home with me? Because when I come home, I got podcasts and videos to do, and I got to put a cycle playlist together and stuff like that. So I challenge you to stop chasing the bag. And I get it. Sometimes you're in a position where you just need to work this job until you reach this goal, or until you get to something that you really want to do. And that's fine. But let's not just be the hamster in the wheel, just going around the same circle, from home to this job I hate, home to this job I hate, with no goal in sight. You're not going anywhere. Definitely set goals to get out of that job you hate. You might make good money. Set goals to set money aside. So, we're artists. Some of you are listening, we're artists. So a lot of times art don't make money starting off. It just don't. It just does not. So you know that you're an artist, but you're in a position where you're making a good amount of money, start putting that money to the side, because you might want to leave that job or step back a little bit from that job. But our goal should never, ever be money. It should be happiness. It should definitely be happiness. Because I guarantee you, if you're happy, if you're really, truly happy and at peace, and you're in whatever job you're doing, you'll enjoy it. You'll definitely make the money. Because I'd rather have my peace and happiness than a whole bunch of money. Because unfortunately, money does not buy peace and happiness. It can buy you a lot of things. It can buy you, a lot of people, because that's what it'll be. You're buying people that'll satisfy you or make you feel good for this amount of time, but it's definitely not going to buy you happiness, no matter what they say. Because if your happiness is purses and cars and stuff, you ain't going to be happy. Because what you going to do when that stuff is gone? What are you going to do when that stuff is gone? I think I'm done. Part 3. So up next we have 5 and 6. They might be 1. We'll see. But guys, stop chasing the bag. Set goals. These two do go hand in hand, but all of them are going to, of course, intertwine with each other. Set goals. Start short term, then go long term. Short term personal goals, not goals that are to impress other people. Keep your goals private. Keep them to yourself. They should be selfish goals. They should be about you, not other people. And stop chasing the bag. Money should not be your first priority. Happiness should be. Peace should be. Because once you have peace and happiness, you're going to get that position or that job, or that hobby will become that job, and you'll be very happy. You'll be able to live comfortably and make some good money from being happy and being at peace. I will catch you guys next time. I'm out.